So if you're like me and were one of the many people watching the Nintendo Direct earlier this month, then your mind was probably blown as the already pretty cool presentation was finished off with what has got to be the most epic, meme-tastic announcement trailer for Super Smash Bros. Ever. It didn't take long for the trailer to spread like wildfire among fans, and soon everyone was buzzing about what the game will be like and what new stuff it will bring to the table. And if there's one thing that fans are speculating about the most, it is about what new characters will make the cut and join the roster of this new game. Me, I like to get in on that, and so here I am with the list, in no particular order, of 7 newcomers that I'd like to see come to the game. And oh yeah, unlike all those people whose lists include gag characters or characters that have a long shot of making it in, I've tried my best to choose 7 characters that could probably happen. Number 7. Any of the ARMS fighters. Similar to the inclusion of the Inklings from the fairly new Splatoon series, I could totally see Nintendo putting in one of their many characters from ARMS in order to boost the recognition of the game. I mean, it isn't very often that Nintendo makes a new IP, so when they do, I would think that they'd want to push it as much as possible. As for why it would be cool to see a character from ARMS, well, similar to how there is a good number of options to choose from in just the sword user category, why not expand the boxing one? Little Mac can serve as more of a straightforward option, while the ARMS characters can bring a bit of a gimmick, what with their interchangeable arms and abilities. While Springman or Ribbon Girl obvious choices to appear in Smash, since they are on the game cover, maybe, as I've seen suggested various places online, we can do it Bowser Jr. style and making what would be the different costumes a different character instead. Number 6. Rex. With the existence of Shulk already representing the Xenoblade franchise, I feel like the door has been open for the protagonist of the new entry to join the Smash universe. Though he would be joining a large group of fellow sword users, I have confidence that the people making the game would find a way to make him interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe Pyra can stand in the background while Rex fights, Pokemon trainer style, and provide support, jumping in on occasion during certain specials or Smash moves. While I'm not too sure how it would work, I'd really like to see a second character representing this franchise. Plus, it doesn't seem like too much of a long shot, what with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being a Nintendo Switch exclusive and all, and the fact that the game even had a crossover event with Breath of the Wild. For those of you who don't know, I'm talking about the fact that you can unlock Rex's outfit as a costume for Link. This definitely proves that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is on Nintendo's radar. Number 5. Shovel Knight. Though he comes from a humble background of a crowdfunded indie game, this small, horned knight has hit the world by storm with the game that has achieved critical acclaim and multiple cameos across various titles. Sure, Shovel Knight isn't a Nintendo IP, but with the strong support that Nintendo has been showing to indie games on Switch, and the fact that he did get an amiibo a couple of years back, Nintendo would have to be crazy not to let him into Smash. As for why it would be cool to see him added to the game, well, not only because it would be great to see a character from an indie game make it big, but I feel like Shovel Knight would fit right in. From using his shovel for normal attacks and aerials, to using one of his many relics for special moves, I think there's the potential for Shovel Knight to be a lot of fun to play as. Number 4. Shantae. Another indie darling, I know I am not alone in wanting her to join the roster, as many fans and even the character's creator himself have been excited at the idea. And it may not even be that much of a long shot as, believe it or not, Shantae actually has a good history with Nintendo. Debuting on the Game Boy Color back in 2002, every one of the 4 Shantae titles has had a release on a Nintendo system, with 2 of her games actually available right now for Nintendo Switch. Why do I want to see her make it into Smash? Once again, not only to see a pretty fun and quirky indie game make it big, but because Shantae has a lot going for her when it comes to gameplay. While I'm sure her basic attacks would most likely be her signature hair whips, her special attacks could be anything, from one of her transformations to one of her many pieces of Pyra gear, or maybe even one of the many relics you usually buy during the games. Regardless, I feel like the half genie hero could totally fit right in. Number 3. Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo and Kazooie. To this game, it still hurts me how Microsoft bought Rare and has done nothing but keep them in a dungeon. However, there is indeed hope that the duo could be allowed to frolic in the land of Smash Bros, what with them being a pretty beloved series back on the Nintendo 64, and the fact that Microsoft's Phil Spencer himself has expressed interest in seeing them in one of the games. Gameplay-wise, I think the duo could play similar to Duck Hunt, except for some changes like eggs instead of cans, Kazooie hanging out in Banjo's backpack instead of on him, and of course, the exclusion of an off-screen third member. With talks of them being in the game as far back as Melee, it would be nice to finally see them make the cut. Number 2. Rayman. Though it feels like Rayman has taken a backseat to the Rabbids in recent years, his history as something of a mascot for Ubisoft is hard to ignore. Having 44 titles under his belt and quite a few of those being on Nintendo systems, it would make sense for the beloved character to make an appearance in Smash. Not only that, but with the recent team-up of Nintendo and Ubisoft for Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, relations between the two companies seems to be good. I'd like to see Rayman in Smash, not only so he can get back some of the spotlight he's been lacking in recent years, but because I think that with his array of long-range punches, he'd give the Smash veterans a run for their money. Number 1. Crash Bandicoot. Can you consider Crash to be one of gaming's biggest classical icons? Yes. Does this wacky marsupial have appearances on various Nintendo systems? Also yes. Would he be right at home among the Smash Bros roster? I see no reason why not. With that being said, what more do you need? Similar to how Mario's biggest franchise rivals Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man all made it into the last Smash game, it would be great to see Crash Bandicoot go toe-to-toe with other platformer mascots. Not only that, but as, let's be honest, Snake probably isn't coming back anytime soon, it would be cool to see Crash take over as the gadget guy. While his spins, punches, and kicks would be a must, I can also see him using stuff like fruit bazookas, crates, and even a jetpack too. I'd say Crash Bandicoot definitely deserves a spot, which I might add would be great promotion for his upcoming port to the Switch. So yeah folks, there you have it. 7 newcomers I'd like to see come to the new Super Smash Bros. Title for the Nintendo Switch. With there being so little info on the game so far and everyone waiting in anticipation, I guess we'll have to wait and see to see which one, if any, of my predictions come true. Let me know in the comments below what characters you'd like to see come to the new game. I hope you all enjoyed my video, but if not, everything you saw is just an opinion, and remember, don't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I'm just a wannabe reviewer. Thanks for watching.